Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is gear time again and we are going to talk about my personal EDC slash survival kit. And before we really get started, I make a list and I just wrote down the 10 C's from Dave Canterbury. And these are the top 10 items that really have to be in a survival kit in order to work out well. And we are going to check frequently while we are disassembling the kit, and we are checking if we have all. So first off, this is not in the kit, but on my belt, my Puma Tech knife, and I'm going to put the link from the video that they already made in the description so you can look up this. Good knife. Okay, set this aside. And now we really get started with the pack. So let's get right into it. First off, we have a small flashlight. This is an LED lenser, and as you can see, it has a adjustable focus. Works really nice. It powers out 25 lumen and has a runtime of about 6 hours, and then it's down to 1 lumen and you have to replace the battery. The battery itself is just a standard AAA battery. You have a belt clip that you can use, but I use it in the combination with the little pouch so I can put it on my pack. Okay, flashlight done. And then I just have an older paracord bracelet that I bought very cheap. I have a little Flint on here. I have an emergency whistle, and of course I have the cordage. Okay, to the side. Then we dig in further. Oh, now it's coming all apart. Okay, this is my survival card. I bought this, just because it looked cool, but it actually has 1 or 2 uses. So it has a sharp edge, which you could use to strike a flint with it. So this way I don't have the need to figure out where I put my striker or to do it with my knife and then dull it, because I don't have the right angle on the spine on the knife to do it. So this is a nice addition to it. It also holds some rope, as you can see here, and it gives you a flat tip screwdriver and just some urban survival elements. So just that. By the way, this is not a straightforward only survival kit. As I said, I carry this every day, and it has some survival elements, some urban survival, and just some EDC that can come in really handy. Okay. So we continue. I have my Ride in the Rain notepad, and I just put this protective pouch over it in order to cover it up just a little better and to collect water or do whatever kind of stuff with it. And then just your standard Ride in the Rain, which also has a translation chart on the top, also a ruler, and really helpful. If you don't know about Ride in the Rain, go and check out their webpage. Very cool products. Okay, and then we have a big lighter. Yes, works fine. Nothing special. And we have a survival poncho. Nothing fancy. Just your standard trash bag poncho, as you would call it. Okay, so set this aside, and by now we can take the first look at our list, and we check cutting tool. This is what we have on our belt, and I also got some more in there. So okay, done. Combustion, we had so far a lighter and this little flint, so check. And also cover, meaning the poncho, check. Cordage, check, because we have the little bracelet and we have some more. And we have some on the survival card, so okay, set this aside and continue. Then we have our combination tool, as you could say. This is a Cubiton self-defense stick made by Colt. I also made a video about that and I put the link in the description. It has a glass breaker, it has a pen which has black ink, has a flashlight on the top, and yeah, it's a cool looking pen. So this is more of the everyday use that we get out of the pack. And just get this off. Little carabiner and a multi-tool. Has some hex wrenches here. Has a little belt cutter here. A little scale. Okay, so just a few neat things that might come in handy. Okay, set this aside. And on the outside we have a waterproof container made by Monkeys. And if we unscrew that, it takes a while. There you go. Okay. So I made a few watertight containers in the watertight container, so this stuff really cannot get dry at all. Cannot get wet. Yeah, that was clever. And we have the red survival straws, which have it's aspirin complex, and yeah, this is good for curing your fever. It's a painkiller, so you always should have something around this. And I have 5 straws containing 500 milligrams in total, so 100 milligrams in one straw, so you can you can do a lot of stuff with it. And then I have the blue ones here, and these contain hand sanitizer, and yeah, you can use this for my English sucks today, for disinfection, and it's also highly flammable, so this is a good fire starter. And then in the middle I got 2 little S-bit blocks, and S-bit is known for being flammable, and 1 block gives you about 5 minutes of fire, so you definitely can build fire with this. And these are used by the German Bundeswehr for their field cookers, so they have proven themselves thousands of times and they work well. I tested them last week, so I decided to throw 2 in here. Okay, let's get this back in, hopefully. Yes. By the way, if somebody asks, this particular watertight container costs about €7, so not a huge deal, but it's a huge improvement to a lot of survival kits. And then I have this heavy duty chain link, which you can unscrew, and you can put on more gear if you want to, but that gets a little bit clumsy if this is on your pants every day. It can hold about 300 kilos, so you could use it theoretically for climbing, which I don't recommend because that is not what's intended for, and if it fails, yeah, wouldn't be so good. Okay, so this little pack is MOLLE compatible, and I just tied a little bit of paracord around here, so this is about 1.1 yard, so a little bit over a meter that I fitted in here. Just some additional cordage, always good to have. I have it on the outside, so it's relatively easy accessible, and that's always a big thing because in here it is really tight. Okay, now we get to the front pocket, and what do we have? We have some red insulation tape, which you could use for marking your trail, or tape this on your bandana and use it as a flag so that rescue tubes can easily spot you. Or you can use it instead of cordage. It has thousands of uses, so It's always good to have something like this. And then we have zip ties. You can fix everything with zip ties and electrical tape or duct tape. Yeah, always good to have. You can use it to maybe hold bandages together, or you could just use it to strap to your to your survival to your space blanket. I'm very sorry. I should drink more coffee before shooting these videos. So zip ties. Okay, and continue on. We have a big block of magnesium. Now the focus is gone somewhere else. Come on, magnesium. Don't irritate my camera. Okay, there we go. Made in the USA, by the way. I bought this here in Germany in an outdoor store. And I tried it out. It works really good. It burned with around 2500 degrees Celsius, so really hot. And in the advertisement, they even tell you that you can light dumb tinder with it, so really cool. And of course, a flint. Unfortunately, this doesn't come with a striker. You have to use your knife or another striker that you might have. And that's also a good combination for the survival card, because this really scrapes off. Okay, so next item. We have a cheap ass Chinese flint, Firesteel, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it works. This cost €1. And yeah, if it breaks, I have 3 more laying around, so it's not a big deal. But you should always have a good option to start a fire. And as you can see, fire is really a big thing, a big element in this kit. And yeah, you at least should have 2 or 3 chances to make fire, because 1 is none and 2 is 1. So always decrease the items you have by 1, and these are the real chances you get in the wild. Okay, and what else do we have? We have a 100% cotton bandana. This is 51 by 51 centimeters. Yes, you can use it for bandage. You can use it for as a flag. You can use it for pre-filtering your water, to protect you from the sun, from the cold, etc, etc, etc. And inside I have a little mirror. Oops, hello, that's me. Yeah, little mirror. This is intended to be as a signal mirror, or you could use it. Set this aside, it's a little bit irritating. If you have a biting, a bleeding, whatever, on a spot you cannot really see, then this is really the thing for you. And on a lanyard, that's also accessible from the outside, so I don't have to take out everything from this bag. I have a Swiss Army knife. This is one of the mid-range, I would consider. So you have 2 blades, you have a can opener, you have a bottle opener, you have a very good saw, you have small scissors. Yeah, this is really important for survival, but hey, anyway, it's on there. You've got a big heavy duty nail, sewing nail basically, which is still very stiff to this day. And yeah, just a good multi-tool. What else do we have? We have a little pen. This is in combination with the Write in the Rain notepad. So things you write down don't get lost. Works very well. And I wrapped it around with about 20 layers of duct tape, because duct tape is always a good option to have. You could also use this as a fire starter, because the wood on this is covered under, yeah, it's covered. And if not, it's covered in the duct tape, and the duct tape itself is also flammable. So you've got also multiple uses out of this item. What else do we have here? We have some tinder. I also made a video about that. This is just a 1 liter Ziploc bag covered with some rubber bands, and inside we have 8 cotton balls covered in Vaseline, so that's very good tinder. Light medical uses, and basically your container. So you've got storage for 1 liter of water. And that's it for the front pouch. Now we get to the back. Oh, yes. Okay. Then we have water purification tablets, not just 2 or 3 like you see in most kits. I got a whole bunch. I've got 20 or 25, I'm not quite sure. But really a lot of them, because water is one of the important things in survival. So you really should make sure that you have a chance to purify your water and survive. So let's get some more interesting stuff. We got another Ziploc bag, and inside we have a wire saw, 60 centimeters. I tried that out and it works really good. We have some hard candy. These are caramel, and these are one of those, Africola. They contain a huge amount of sugar, obviously, and also caffeine, so these should really kick you up if you need some kind of energy boost. Then we have a very extra large white condom, also for carrying water and other multiple uses. And we got a AAA battery, so a replacement battery for the little flashlight. Okay, what else do we got? We got a little permanent match that runs with standard lighter fuel. This is also very cool and helpful. Let me see if I can get that started for you. Yes, there it goes. Huge flame. It should burn for about 15 to 20 seconds. And yeah, the flame is really strong. Has a watertight seal on top, so even if this gets not lost, if this gets wet, you can still use it. And it has a lot of lighter fluid in it, so this is definitely a good fire starter. Okay. Next, we got another little combustion device, and this is really cool because you can use every part of this. First off, has a little compass on it. Whoopsala. Then it has a small tinder compartment. You can see this is a soaked cotton ball. This is soaked with lighter fluid. And then you can unscrew the middle. There you have your ferro rod. Really thick and strong material. And if you unscrew the bottom, you've got your striker combination. So you've got a 3-in-1 striker, ferro rod, tinder, and if you consider the small compass, you even have a 4-in-1. Okay, let me get this reassembled quickly and we can continue. By the way, this is also watertight. So even if everything else gets wet, you can still make fire with this and with this. And of course, with the accelerants inside this little container. So fire is a huge deal. And then, if I can get this out, we have a first aid kit. I also made a video about this, so I'm going to put in the link. And for the people who already saw it, I just added a few things. So I added crazy glue. This is also good for fast first emergency situations, for cuts, etc. And I also added a small sewing kit. By the way, there's also your paracord lanyard, which also is the quick access system. So you just wipe off these rubber bands and then really pull on it and it becomes open in under 10 seconds. I showed that before. So nice little kit. There's also a backup knife in it, a backup lighter, etc., etc. So if you put a first aid kit together, yeah, it's always good to have some backup for your survival kit, because this is potentially water resistant. I wouldn't consider watertight, but water resistant. Okay, and I think this is already the last item. Just your standard survival blanket. This is, yeah, 210 centimeters by 160 centimeters, silver-gold covered. Nothing super fancy, super special. This is just the standard quality you get in a car first aid kit. So it's not one of these cool looking and very strong ones. I'm looking forward to get one of those, because they are a lot more resistant in the wild, and this is more for personal coverage than really for shelter building. Okay, and now finally we take a look at the list with the 10 C's. So we got the cutting tool multiple times. First off, we got the big Puma knife, we got the Swiss Army knife with 2 blades, and finally in the first aid kit we got a backup knife. So cutting tool times 4, if you will. Then we had combustion. Okay, we had this bad boy, we had the permanent match, we had the backup lighter in the first aid kit, then we have the tinder, which kind of counts to combustion, I think. We got the magnesium fire starter, we got the cheap ass ferro rod, and we got the lighter. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chances of combustion. So that's definitely done by 6. Okay, this pen drives me crazy today. Okay, then we got cover. Well, cover, okay. We got the first aid blanket, and we got the rain poncho, and you could also use the bandana for covering your head, etc. So, but this is really small. So cover is by 2.5 basically. Okay, then we had container, and container is, well, not the strongest part in this kit. We only got the 1 liter Ziploc bag, and this is also something I want to improve. Maybe put another spare bag in there, whatever, to create a little bit more of volume. So container check by 1. Then we got cordage. Okay, so we've got a small amount of cordage on the survival card. We got paracord bracelet on the outside. We got a paracord lanyard. We got the paracord on the outside of the pack. And I also wear one of those paracord bracelets. And this also has a combustion option, so another ferro rod, survival whistle, and also a small button compass. So cordage, yes, not the hugest amounts, so I'm just going to write in by 1. Okay, candle. Well, I've got no namely candle in here, but I think we've got enough combustion devices and chances of getting a good permanent flame, like this little bad boy here, that I'm just going to count this by 1. Okay, cotton, meaning bandana or other material you can easily rip apart, you can filter water with, you can build a shelter, you can signal with, you can, do all kinds of stuff. And we got it. Okay, I hope this works. So cotton, yes, times 1. Compass. We just have 1 compass, and that's the one on my wrist. So yes, not directly in the kit, so we write it like so. Cargo tape. We have some Gorilla Tape here. We have some reusable Gorilla Tape on the first aid kit. And we also have the insulation tape. So, tape, check. And then we have the big sewing needle. So I don't have a sewing needle dedicatedly in this pack. Only the normal use one in the first aid kit. Well, if I manage to get this out, this is what you could potentially count as a needle, but I'm looking forward for a big sailing needle. Maybe I find a good space for this to be in my pack. Maybe I get rid of at least one combustion, and I'm running out of memory again. So let's get this to a fast end. Maybe I get rid of one of these little combustion options right here and save the space up for a big needle. So the needle is the only C I don't have in my survival kit, but 9 out of 10 Dave Canterbury's survival Cs are covered, and the list of you should look something like this. So you should have basically at least one option of everything, and like I said, combustion, at least 2, better 3 or more options. And this is only my personal everyday carry survival kit, so you can of course write your opinion. Please comment on this, tell me if you have any good ideas for improvements or general thoughts about it. So thanks for watching. I know it was a very long video. Next time I plan this a little bit more straightforward, but like I said, thanks for watching and bye bye.